Personally, I don't memorize the unit circle because of reference angles. If you know 0, pi over 6, which is 30, pi over 4, which is 45, pi over 3, which is 60, and pi over 2, which is 90, then you can get pretty much any one as long as you know. I think that somebody taught you sometimes all students take calculus, all positive here, sine and cosecant positive here, tangent, cotangent, cosine and secant. So far, is that okay? Okay, so sine, cosine. And if you need tangent, just remember that tangent is sine over cosine. So with this chart, you can get all 6 identities on any reference angle. It's a very easy chart. That's the only reason I have it memorized. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then with cosine, you go 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Take the square root of everything. Yes, some stuff does simplify, but you can deal with that later. Like the square root of 4 is, really 2. Take the square root of everything, and then divide by 2. I think this is easier to deal with and to write down than the unit circle. So, and then really, when you do tangent, you're going to do the top of the sine over the bottom of the top of the sine over the top of the cosine, because, when you flip it, square root of 0 is 0 over 2 times, when you're dividing, you multiply by the reciprocal, 2 over the square root of 4. Your denominators are always going to cancel, and you're just going to get top of sine over top of cosine. So like if I wanted the tangent, just to find out where the tangent is the square root of 3 over 1, or just the square root of 3. I need to look where the sine is the square root of 3, and the cosine would be 1 on top. You think you could find out where the arctan of square root of 3 is? Yeah. Basically, to find arctangent, we're going to have to look at arcsine over cosine. And so really we want the question arcsine over, let me say something. Okay, so what this means is that the tan of some angle is the square root of 3. And if you want it to be a fraction, it's the square root of 3 over 1. And sometimes going to sine and cosine helps because this bit says the sine over the cosine is the square root of 3 over 1. So go to your chart and find where the sine has a square root of 3 in it and the cosine has a square root of 1 in it. And so what angle would that be? Pi over 3, yeah. Pi over 3 is perfect. So your answer is pi over 3. And if they needed 2 answers, like give me all the, all the angles between 0 and 2 pi, well then you use this chart and you say, well, I could be pi over 3 in this quadrant, but I could also be pi over 3 in this quadrant if tan is positive there. So I say, this gives me the angle in quadrant 1. In quadrant 4, I would say I'd have to go pi, and then another pi over 3. So 4 pi over 3 also works. Does that make sense? And so I like using these. I think these are easier to use than the unit circle. But, this is easy to write down and then just simplify it out. Square root of 4 is 2 over 2. This comes out to be 1. This one is really 0. Simplify it out, and then it's very easy to, just write down, like on the AP exam, as soon as you get it, write this down real quick. So anytime you need to refer to it, you can. Yeah, I don't remember the whole unit circle. I don't remember people's phone numbers. I'm sorry. So is this kind of part of trig okay? I think this is more of the evaluating trig. You do need to know your trig rules. Your double angle, your Pythagorean identities, things like that. You're going to need to know those rules. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I have a sheet that has like all the log rules, all the trig rules, everything on one sheet. I'll have to look it up and post it. If I post it, I'll post it in the review for Unit 0. There's also online flashcards that you can take advantage of. And you can cut and paste and so you don't have to go out and buy flashcards and everything like that, but you can make online flashcards. So do you have any other questions before I close out the archive? Take your time. Ooh. Yes, I can. That kind of problem I can't make up on my head. Do you, there's no homework on that. What to do. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Just give me a minute to look one up. Can I clear this board? Okay.